Hello. In this video, what we're going to do is we'll just summarize the previous video, what we did in the previous one. In the previous one, what we did was we made a project called Spring Try. In this project, we had a package which is com.string try. In this, we had person DAO and person DAO implementation. On the database side, we had this person table, and this person table had 3 fields. That was person ID, first name and last name. Then what we did was we had this person DAO interface. It had only one method, that was create method, and it got only person in it. Then DAO implementation was the one giving implementation for the create method, and then we had this person config XML file, which basically initializes all the required variables or collaborators using SQL, using the injection, inversion of control or dependency injection. Now what we are going to do is we'll write in a method that will retrieve all the person residing in the database, a table called person. Now here, first of all, we go and write that method here, and we'll say public, and now this basically will return a list, and we'll say get all person, get all person, and that is it. We have to get this one, util dot list, and this list will be of type person. Now we have to implement this method in the DAO implementation as well, so it will be public list person and get all person. Now right, let's say this returns it should return a list as well, but before that, what we have to do is actually basically we used to query the database, and we'll do that using jQuery, JdbcTemplate this get JdbcTemplate dot query the database. And what this is asking us for is one, the prepared statement and the row mapper. So what we'll do is we'll pass it the query and the row mapper as well. Now let's go to the query first, and we say select static from person table. And about the row mapper, basically row mapper is an interface which is required in order to extract the row values from the database, and it's quite simple. What we'll do is we'll implement this row mapper interface, and we'll go here and we'll make another class. This class will be person row mapper, and we'll finish it, and we'll say it implements row mapper interface. Now this method should implement provide the implementation of map row method, which takes result set as a parameter rs and index, that is the line, and it throws SQL exception as well. Throws SQL exception. Okay. Now what we do is we'll create a person. That person is equals to new person, and we'll set the values into this person object. Set id is equals to rs.get string, that is person id. Yes, person id, and then we'll get person dot set first name, that will be rs dot get string, and it will be first name, and then we've got person dot set last name, and we'll get string, get string last name, and we'll return this person. Now our row mapper is ready. What it'll do is, it's basically person row mapper is implementing a row mapper interface, which basically is extracting value from each row in the result set, and it is assigning it, setting it to the person type class variable, and this basically will be shown to the user in the form of a list. And if we go back now to person.DAO implementation, you'll say new person row mapper. Yes, see, new person row mapper, and that is it, I think. Yes, that's it. Now what we're gonna do is we'll go to our main class, which we made my main class, and we'll just comment this code. We'll comment this one, and we'll comment this one, and here what is happening is nothing is okay. Now what we have done is we've got the application context as we normally do, the configuration file and everything in this list. Now let's see if it works or not. Run as Java application. And it is working. So these are all the values in the database, and what we've done is we're just getting all the values from the list, and what we're doing is list.get element.get id, then let's get first name and again last name, and we're just printing it. And we'll just clear this and we'll run it one more time. And what we did is very simple. We've implemented the row mapper interface, and in that we implemented map row, which is returning as a person type variable. And this method we are using in person.DAO implementations, JdbcTemplate query method. And the first element we are sending the query in, and the second is the person row mapper. And when we run it, it sends us the list. Quite easy. And shows us all of the values in the database. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.